Hello everyone, welcome to today's webinar and we are TutorMing webinar. Alright, so anyone can hear me now? Everyone can hear me now? Mm-hmm. Okay. Alright, perfect. How? So today's webinar at Tasty Chinese, right? So here that according to the Dragon Boat Festival, 端午节 is almost coming. So anyone have heard about it before? Okay. So Leon said 我吃过粽子. Okay, so you have ever eaten. Alright. So before we start the session today, I will introduce our platform for a few minutes because I think that probably we will have some new students here. Alright. Okay. And before we start, and I want to think about it. So, the first one, have you ever eaten 粽子? Okay, 你吃过粽子吗? And then, why do we eat 粽子? So 为什么要吃粽子? So these two questions, I want you to think about it, and then now I will give you a brief introduction for our platform. All right. Okay. How? So firstly, when you go into this page, just like where you are now in the class. So if you, during the session, if you want to see my pronunciation more clearly, or you want to see my bigger mouse shape, you can click the icon here, just on the corner of my video. Then you can enlarge the windows, then you can see more clearly. Alright. And then during the session, if you think that I did well, then you can give me the big hand. So just like here, you can click the icon. Alright, just like this. So also I can give you the big hand also. Right? How? And according to today's session, it's a webinar session. So I am not able to hear you, but you can still interact with me. So how? You can type your question here and tell me what you want to talk to me. All right. So don't feel afraid or do not be hasty to ask me all of the questions. All right. Okay. So far, any questions? 有问题吗? Okay, very good. How? So now here, so after the session, after this webinar, you will see like this page. So please go back to rate this webinar within 24 hours and also leave us the feedback. So tell us what you liked the webinar today or what do you have some suggestion or compliment? Okay. And also you can tell us that what you want to learn in the future. Alright? Okay. So far, any questions? Mhm. Okay, 没问题. Very good. 好. So remember the two questions here. Have you ever eaten 粽子? So, 你有吃过粽子吗？你吃过粽子吗? Nope. Okay. And before we said that Leon said that you have ever eaten, right? 你吃过. Okay. Oh, okay. So okay. So you said that okay. So someone is hungry now. I'm also hungry now. Okay. So after the session we can eat songs, right? Okay. 好，没吃过。好，so 吃过的人。Okay. So anyone that who eaten before. So why do we eat 粽子? Why? 为什么要吃粽子? Okay. Okay. So because 好吃，因为好吃 because it's delicious that we will eat. Okay. So actually, there's a small story that I will tell you about 粽子. Alright? Okay, how? So let me tell you the small story here. Okay, so long time ago, there was a minister who named Qu Yuan. Okay, so Qu Yuan, and the minister here that he was kicked out for the emperor because that he got some trick. He got some trick by someone. So the emperor doesn't believe him. So he said that he was so sad. So he went to the river. Okay. So he went to the river, and the river name is 汨罗江. Okay. 汨罗江. Right. So he went to the river 汨罗江, and then think and then talk by himself. He said that 为什么不相信我? So why don't you believe me? Why don't you believe me? Okay. Alright. How? So why don't you believe me? So he was asking by himself every time and many times. So but he cannot figure out. So then he just want to feel sad, and he feel very sad, very upset. So so then he just got into the river, being suicide. So actually, it's a little bit sad, right? Okay, so it's a little bit sad, but okay, but the people, they want to save him. They want to save him. So they want to discover that where is him. So they went to the river also, and then they want to keep his body and do not eat by the fish. So they make some 粽子. Okay, 粽子. We said 粽子. We said it's the rice dumpling. So they make some rice dumpling into the river and to feed the fish. Okay, so they put the rice dumpling into the river to feed the fish, so it can keep his body, whose body? Xu Yuan's body, well. Right. Okay. So during this date, during the date for Dragon Boat Festival, then we will eat 粽子 to memorize Xu Yuan. Alright. So this is a small story that it can explain that why do we need to eat 粽子. Alright. Okay. So any questions so far? What do you think about the story? Okay, 没有. So Esther says so sad, right? Okay, so every time during the Dragon Boat Festival, we will eat 粽子. How? So I think before we had a lot of tasty Chinese, right? So before I've ever told you the about the flavor, right? 口味. 口味. So what do you think about 口味? So the flavor of 粽子. What do you think about it? Is it sweet or salted? What do you think? What is the taste? Salted? Salted? Okay. Yes, okay. So 粽子, we said it's the thinking, made by the stinking rice, right? Okay. So also we said stinking rice. In another way, we can say as the goodness rice, right? And in Chinese, we said it's 糯米,糯米. Okay, 糯米. Alright, 好. Okay. 有很多口味. So actually, it has many kind of taste, many kind of flavor. And here, before we have ever taught you, how can we say salted? How can we say salted in Chinese? Anyone remember? Mm-hmm. How can we say salted? Okay, very good. 咸,咸. So we can say 咸粽. Okay, 咸粽. So it's the salted rice dumpling. Salted rice dumpling. Right. How? And also, how can we say the sweet one? How can we say the sweet one? Okay, very good. 甜粽. Okay, so we also have 甜粽. How? And also, I wrote some here for show you that. Okay, so here, when you see the 粽子, it will look like this, right? Like this shape, and we say it's 粽子. So no matter what the shape is, like this one, so it can also called 粽子. So no matter what the flavor it has, so no matter what this one is the salted and this one is the sweet, we can say it's all the 粽子. But if you want to, just uh, if you want to directly say the flavor, you can directly, oh, I want this 咸粽, or you want this 甜粽. Alright? Okay. 好. So inside of the 粽子, we have many ingredients, right? We have many ingredients. And actually, the ingredients will be different because according to what kind of place, what kind of area that you are in, you are at, right? So if you want to test the different flavor, probably you can go to another place to buy some. Alright. Okay. 好. So many things inside of the 粽子, inside of the 糯米, we said rice dumpling, 粽子. Alright. 粽子. 好. And then this one we said it's 咸粽, 咸粽. So inside of the ingredients, it has a lot. So it, it could be it could have 香菇 mushroom or the dried shrimp 栗 虾米 or 栗子 the chestnut or pork. Okay, so according to this one, because my grandma made this one, so I know the ingredients here. So almost like here, right? So we have 香菇、虾米、栗子 and pork 猪肉 inside of the rice dumpling 粽子. So this one is my favorite one, 咸粽. Right? Okay, and then we have 甜粽, right? So normally 甜粽, we will the flavor is a lot, and normally we will say these two. Okay, so these two. So firstly, you will see the original taste, original flavor. So it doesn't have anything inside of the 粽子. Okay, so it doesn't have anything inside of the 粽子. We said it's 原味,原味. Okay, so if it tastes nothing, so how can you know it's sweet, right? So then here you can bring some sugar, 糖 to to take the tongue with the zong, then it can taste sweet, right? Okay. But if there's something inside of the 粽子, so for example, 红豆, it's a red bean, just like here. Okay. So you can see here we have a little bit red bean here, right? Okay. Now, so if you have the red bean inside of the 甜粽, you probably do not need the sugar anymore. So, but if you want to taste more sweet, if you really like to sweet, okay, so you can take it with the sugar. Okay, 好. So we learned 咸粽, 粽子, the rice dumpling, 咸粽, and also the 甜粽, the sweet dumpling. Alright. So far, any questions? 有问题吗？Okay, no questions. Okay, so Eva said 我要吃咸粽. Okay, 好. So after the session, if you have the chance, if you have the opportunity that if you have the 粽子, which selling in your country, you must to test it. Alright? Okay. Alright, so so someone said that really wanna eat them right now. Okay. So which country are you in now? Mhm. Which country are you in now? Oh, UK. So probably okay, somebody is in UK and somebody is in US. Right. Okay. So if you want to test it, you can find some probably in your country. There will have the Chinatown, right? Chinatown. So I think some of Chinatown will selling zongzi. So if you have the chance and if you really want to test it, you can go there and test it. And if you want to test the real one, then I will suggest you to come to Taiwan or come to China. Alright? Then you can taste the many kind of and many different flavor in the local place. Alright? Okay. 好. So far 有问题吗? Any questions? Okay, 没有. 好. So this word 串. So 串, we said it's the major word. It's the major word. Okay. 量. Okay, we said it's the major word because in Chinese we have a lot of major word and it is very useful when we said in Chinese. Okay, so this word we said 串 and the meaning actually it means a string of. A string of. So you can see the picture here, right? So the 粽子. So there are three. There are three, but they bound together. They bound together because they have the central, okay, in the middle. So you can see here we have some rope in the middle and as the central. So they bound it together. They bound it together just like this word, right? Okay, so they have the central in the middle and they bound together. So we said 串, 串. Okay. And also you can see here, just like this picture. So we have the central stick in the middle, right? In the middle. And we put the things together. We bound it together, we put it together with the middle one, with the central. We said 串. Okay. 串. Yes, that's right. So the word S looks like the center. Okay, so the center we said 中, right? 中. Okay, yeah. Okay, So you can see that it's very easy to write down. So also you can for the number here, right? The sentence. Okay. So we said it's 串. So how can we make this word into the sentence? And also with the 粽子. Okay. So here we can say 一串粽子，一串粽子. Okay. So because it's the major word, so it will follow after the number, right? So the number with the major word, the number with the major word, 一串，一串. Okay. And the major word. Okay. 好. Alright. 好. So 一串 is not only one dumpling, only one rice dumpling, not only. Alright. So not only one. So it could be two or three or four or five. So more than two, more than one. Right? Okay. So 一串. So more than two, more than three, four, five. Okay. So not only one. Right? 串. Not only one. Okay. 好. So you can see the picture. We have three of the 粽子. So we can say 一串粽子. Alright. So if they are not in 一串, if they don't have the center, the central, then we can say 颗, right? 一颗粽子，一颗 or 一个，一个 right? 好 So let's practice. So when you go to the restaurant or you go to the Chinese store, you want to buy 一串粽子 or you want to buy 粽子. So how can you practice this? How can you say? How can you ask? Alright. How? So for example, if I am the waitress, if I am the server, I will ask you, 你要几串粽子？你要几串粽子？ So how many string of 粽子 you want? So how many of okay. So how many string? Okay, we said it's the major word 串. So how many string of 粽子 you want? Okay. So how many of the rice dumpling you want? 你要几串粽子 Alright. Okay. 好 So I will make it more clearly. Okay. 好 Okay. So 你要几串 How can you answer me? Okay. 我要一串粽子 Okay. 好 But actually, not only one. You can order more than one, right? More than one string of. Okay. How? Okay. So, right. So let me put the color more clearly here. Okay. Right. How? So 我要一串. So you can order more than one string of. Right. Okay. So 你可以说 you can say 我要五串粽子，五串粽子。So you want five stream of. So it will be much, right? 会很多。Okay. So 五串。Okay. So 五串 it will be very a little bit scared because it's very much. Alright. How? So far, do you know how to order the 粽子 in the restaurant and the Chinese store? Okay. Okay. So, right. So we have someone said, what other things can we use chuan? What other things can we use chuan? Okay. So, for example, for the fruits, banana, the banana, we will say 一串香蕉. Okay. So I will put it here. Okay. 一串香蕉. So actually we can know that 香蕉 actually we don't have the central. So but it means that the original when you grow up on the street on the sorry when you grow up on the tree. So it has the central. It has the central because of the tree is the central. So we will say 一串香蕉，一串香蕉. Okay. And Ava also said barbecue, yes. So barbecue we will have like this picture. Okay. So just like this picture. 串. So alright. So can you see the page now? Can you see the page now? Okay, it show up. So just for example, 串 like this. Okay. We have the central in the middle. We have the central in the middle. Alright. So anything that in the middle to support the things that you want to put it together. Just like the 粽子. We use the rope to put it central and put it together to bound it. And also like this. Or we say the barbecue. 一串肉. Okay. Yes, Patrick say 一串珠子. Yes, that's correct. So something that you want to put it together, and we have the middle, we have the rope or the stick inside of, in the middle of the things that we can also use 串, right? 串. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. Okay. So it's actually the major word, right? So we can use it for many things that you want to put it together, and we have the middle, we have the central in the middle to support it. All right. So far, any questions? 有问题吗？Okay. 一串珍珠. Okay. So Guillaume say 一串珍珠. So what do you mean? The pearl? Okay. 一串珍珠. Yes. We can say 一串珍珠. Alright. Okay. Okay. So it's correct. 一串珍珠. So we have the rope in the middle of the 珍珠, right? So we can use 串. Okay, so 没问题, 没问题. So that's going on to our. Okay, so what kind of festival that we're talking about in this topic? What festival that we talk about for today's topic? Okay. So Eva said you cannot find the 粽子 in Hamburg. Okay. Yes, you must to make some Chinese friends, right? Like me. Okay, how? So what is the festival that we're talking about for today? Okay, so Dragon Boat Festival. Correct. Alright, so how can we say Dragon Boat Festival? So we will say it's 端午节. 端午节. Alright. Okay. How? But why dragon boat? Why dragon boat? Okay. So every time during the 端午节, we will have this kind of active. active. So you can see we have a boat here, right? And we have the boat. And it looks like the dragon. We will make it like the dragon because dragon is the symbol of China, of Chinese, right? So it's the symbol of China. So we will decorate the dragon into the boat. So in Chinese, we will say Dragon Boat Festival, right? So in Chinese, we say 端午节, 端午节. But sometimes you probably will hear that somebody will say 粽子节, 粽子节. Okay, 粽子节. So normally, sometimes you will hear some people say 粽子节. It's also correct. And here, long, okay, dragon, we said long, and boat, we said 舟. Actually, we said it's 船, boat, 船. But here, 船, we said 舟. It's also the same meaning, but we have the different way to describe it. Okay, so 龙舟节, 龙舟节, and 粽子节, 粽子节. So if you want to say Happy Dragon Boat Festival, firstly, we have here. Okay, we will say this one first. Okay, how? So we will say this one first, and then 祝您，祝您端午节快乐。祝您端午节快乐。So, because of the Dragon Boat Festival is almost coming. Okay, it's almost coming, right? So we can say 祝您端午节快乐. So, but also you can also use this one. So we have the many different way to say the 端午节. So many things that relative with the 端午节, the active or something that we have to eat. We can say 端午节, 龙舟节, or 粽子节. So you can instead of the word, the phrase. So you can say 祝您粽子节快乐。祝您粽子节快乐。Yes. And then also you can say dragon, 龙, boat, 舟. Okay. So here, boat, we normally will say 船, right? 船. And actually we have the different way to describe. So 船 here we will say 舟, 舟. Okay, 舟. And you can see the word. It looks like the boat, right? 舟. Okay. The shape of the word. Okay, the shape of the word. It looks like the boat, right? And we have people inside of the boat. Okay, how? So Dragon Boat Festival, we can say 龙舟节. So 祝您龙舟节快乐. All right. Okay. Right. Okay. So when is 端午节? So for this year. Okay. Because now I am in Taiwan. So the date I would talk about as for the Taiwan time, for the China time. So this year, so this Thursday, okay, this Thursday is the lunar month. We say the lunar month. Okay, alright, the lunar month. It's 5月5日. 5月5日. Okay, so for this month, the 端午节 is on this Thursday. On this Thursday. 5月5日 the lunar month. We said 农历. Okay. How? Yes. Yes, the May 5th. The May 5th. According to the Chinese calendar. And we said it's the lunar month. 农历5月5日 is the 端午节. How? And alright. So far for our topic today, do you have any questions? 还有问题吗？嗯哼，okay. 没有 Okay, very good. And I think that you are doing very well for today's session. Okay. So, what do you think about our topic today? Do you like it? Okay. So, if you want to book our next webinar, if you want to learn more about the Chinese, no matter what the culture or the romantic Chinese or about the daily life, you can book the next session on our website tutorming.com. And also you can follow us on the Facebook TutorMing Chinese Learning and also on Twitter at TutorMing. Alright, so that is all for our class today, and I hope you enjoy it. And also, don't forget to rate this webinar and leave us the feedback. Tell us what do you want to learn, or what do you think. Okay,